I don't think it's an overstatement that Ken Maddox changed my life.
I have to say that when Ken Maddox is your first boss, the first person you've ever worked for, that's setting a pretty high bar for the rest of your career.
My time on staff was 89 to 90 as an RD, and then the next couple of years as a chapter services director. Ken's impact on me, I think it was significant.
I mean, being an RD was like rocket fuel. I felt like I entered Merrill Lynch 5 years ahead of my other colleagues who were just graduating. So from a career perspective, I knew how to act, I knew how to present, I knew how to think like an owner. All that stuff was a big deal.
Ken taught us that at a very young age that we needed to instill confidence in what we did, that we represented the organization, and made us feel like we were the most important people running this organization.
Ken made an impact on me in many ways. He was and is a very strong strategic thinker, and absolutely clearly set a vision for the organization. But Ken also, his management style was one where you didn't really work for Ken, even though you were 22 years old. You really felt like you were working with Ken.
He was extremely challenging. He brought the best out of everybody there. He confronted me when I really needed to be confronted, and he supported me when I really needed to be supported. He had an uncanny ability to know when to do each of those things.
If I didn't serve as a regional director, if Ken Maddox didn't hire me as a regional director, there is no doubt in my mind my wife would have never married me, I wouldn't have the job I have right now, I wouldn't be the father that I am right now. Ken taught us to be excellent in all that we do. Ken was a family man first, and I think for so many of us in Richmond, to observe our leader having a balance where he put family first, kids first, wife first, for us, for me, that's been a real takeaway in my life today.
The balance that Ken had in terms of work, the commitment that he had to fraternity, but also the commitment that he had to his young family. You know, that made an impression on me in terms of balance between work and life. The two most critical periods of time in the formation of who a man is about to become going into adulthood are his years in college and his first job.
I mean, to me, Ken Maddox was summer development. He set the tone for how the regional directors were going to be educated. He set the tone for what was going to be expected of you as a worker for the organization. It was a professional ethic, a work ethic that was demanded by him. It's a no-brainer for me that I would help fund something to honor Ken that surrounded the concept of summer development for our regional directors.
In thinking about the best way to honor Ken Maddox, the best way to do that was to help support the program that was so near and dear to his heart, which is the Regional Director Program.
For all that Ken's done for me and for SIGAP, it's truly an honor to be participating in endowing the Kenneth S. Maddox Summer Development Program for the regional directors. We'll be able to further the lead that we have, to continue to have an even better professional staff.
We have to continue to be able to deliver that experience. And frankly, you need those kind of best-in-class experiences to get the best guys on the campus from around the country to come participate in the Regional Director Program. As important as the RD is in the moment, you could make an argument that really what that is it is a training ground for future volunteers. If you want the best people, you have to have a program that's very different and very competitive. And so this endowment is meant to make sure that continues to be the case.
Well, regional directors are an essential part of the fraternity's ability to execute our strategic plan. We have to go out into the country and be able to provide mentoring and counseling and coaching and consulting to our chapters to help them solve problems, to help them get better, to help them move their experience in the right direction so that they can get the very most of it out of it that they possibly can.
Our regional directors are our front line. They are the people that are with the chapters the most. They are developing the relationships with those undergraduates. They are the closest ones in age to the undergraduates. They are the ones that are trusted most by the undergraduates. It makes a lot of sense for us to put a lot of investment into them because they are the ones that have the most touches and the most impactful touches with our undergraduate chapters.
To me, this is a great way to honor Ken because he cared a lot about this group. This past staff group to him was very important. And for me, the job was very important. So it naturally lines up that if I'm going to give back, or we're going to, as a group, give back to something, let's go give back and make sure that this RD experience is a standard that other fraternities, other organizations can look at and say, wow, look at the type of men that are coming out of here. I know what I'm going to get when someone comes out of that SIG RD program. I know what I'm going to get.
And I think Ken would really, really be proud that his name will be attached to the regional director program forever.